Level 1. The first shift. You are 34 years old. You have a daughter. She's 7. Her name is Grace. She likes dinosaurs and hates mushrooms and calls you Dad in a way that still makes your chest do something embarrassing every single time. You became a single father 14 months ago. You do not talk about why. What matters is that you are the only one now, the only one who packs the lunchbox and signs the permission slips and remembers that she cannot eat anything with red food coloring without getting a headache. You applied to Amazon because they were hiring and you needed something that started immediately. No interviews, no waiting, just a van and a phone and a list of addresses. Your first shift begins at 6:15 in the morning. You are handed a vehicle that smells like someone's previous life. You are given a handheld scanner. A supervisor named Craig explains the system in 4 minutes and then walks away. You have 187 packages. You have until 9 p.m. You look at the van. You look at the packages. You do the maths. You get in and you drive. Level 2. The rookie. You have completed your first 2 weeks. This is what 2 weeks looks like from the inside. Your right knee has developed a clicking sound it did not have before. You have learned that the scanner freezes in temperatures below 4 degrees. You have learned that apartment buildings with broken lifts are a personal insult. You have learned that dogs do not care that you are just doing your job. The route is different every single day. That is not an accident. Amazon deliberately randomizes routes so that no driver ever becomes too familiar with an area. Familiarity breeds slowness, apparently. Familiarity breeds the dangerous idea that you might know better than the algorithm. You do not know better than the algorithm. The algorithm has decided you should deliver to a 4th-floor flat before a ground-floor house 3 streets away. You have stopped asking why. Your daughter asked you last Tuesday why you smell like cardboard when you come home. You told her it was your new cologne. She said it smelled like the Amazon boxes her presents come in. You said that was a coincidence. It was not a coincidence. You are averaging 160 packages per shift. The target is 180. Craig has mentioned this twice. You have smiled both times in a way that you hope communicates understanding while actually communicating nothing at all. Level 3. The standard driver. You have been driving for 2 months. Something has changed, not dramatically, not overnight, but somewhere between package 43 and package 44 on a Tuesday in November, something clicked into place that was not there before. You know things now. You know that you always do the top floors first and work down. You know that you leave the heavy parcels until last because lifting them after 8 hours turns your spine into a complaint department. You know which postcodes have the difficult dogs, which blocks have working lifts, which customers will be standing at their door because they track the van and cannot wait, and which customers will make you ring the bell 4 times while they finish their television program. You have a system. The system is not Amazon's system. The system is yours. It lives in your head, and it is better than the algorithm, and you will never tell Craig this. Your numbers have improved. 172 packages, then 178, then 184. You passed the target on a Wednesday and felt something that was not quite pride but was adjacent to it. Grace drew a picture of you for school. In the picture, you are wearing your uniform and standing next to a big brown van. She gave you a cape in the drawing. You did not ask for the cape. She added it herself. You have kept the drawing. It is folded in your jacket pocket. It goes on every route with you. Level 4. The reliable driver. You are 3 months in. Reliable. That is what the performance dashboard calls you. A green badge. A positive metric. You are statistically reliable. This information is delivered to you via an app on your phone, which also tells you when you are driving too fast, braking too hard, and taking corners at an angle the algorithm has deemed suboptimal. The van has cameras, inside and outside. Amazon knows when you stop, for how long, and whether the stop was a delivery or what they classify as unauthorized. An unauthorized stop is any pause that is not a delivery. This includes eating. This includes the bathroom. This includes the 17 seconds you sat in a lay-by last Thursday because a memory ambushed you from nowhere and you needed 17 seconds before you could drive again. You have learned to eat while driving. You have learned to be strategic about other needs. You have learned that 17 seconds is a luxury you cannot always afford. A woman on your route leaves a bottle of water and a biscuit on her doorstep every Thursday. Just there, just waiting. No note, no explanation. She has never been home when you deliver. You have never met her. But every Thursday, the water and the biscuit are there, and you take them and you think about people more than you probably should for someone driving alone all day. You have started to understand that the loneliness of this job is not the silence. It is the repetition of brief human moments that never go anywhere. Level 5, the senior driver. You are 6 months in, senior driver. The title exists only on a dashboard. No badge, no ceremony, no pay rise. Just a slightly different color on a screen and access to what Amazon calls prime routes. Prime routes are the ones with higher package density and better road layouts. They are the reward for being someone the system has decided it can trust. You have been on 3 prime routes now. They are better, not dramatically better, but better. Your daughter is 8 now. Her birthday was last month. You worked the morning shift and were home by 6. You made her a cake from a box because you have not figured out how to make one from scratch yet. It came out slightly lopsided. She ate 3 slices and said it was the best cake she had ever had. She says this every year. You believe her every year. At work, a newer driver named Ollie started last month. He is 22 and does everything wrong in the specific way that only someone who has never been wrong before can manage. He loads the van back to front. He does the ground floors first. He once delivered a parcel to the wrong street and then stood outside the wrong house for 6 minutes waiting for a response. You showed him your system, not all of it, just enough. He passed his target for the first time last week. He texted you a single thumbs up emoji. You replied with nothing because you are 34 and you do not know what to reply to a thumbs up emoji from a 22-year-old. But you saved the text message. You are not sure why. Level 6, the experienced driver. You are 9 months in. There are things about this job that nobody tells you before you start, not because they are hiding them, because they are the kind of things that cannot be explained. They can only be experienced and then carried. The weight of a package marked fragile that you know is already broken because you can hear it. The family that buzzes you in without asking who you are because they are expecting a delivery every single day. The block of flats where the same man is always in the car park at the same time, sitting in his car, engine running, going nowhere, and you have been delivering to this block for 6 months, and you have never asked, and he has never explained, and there is an understanding between you that requires no words. You have learned to read a street in seconds. You know before you park whether there will be parking, whether the gate will be locked, whether the buzzer will work. You know the difference between a house that will answer and a house that will not. You are rarely wrong. This knowledge is not on any performance metric. It does not appear on any dashboard. The algorithm does not know that you know these things. The algorithm only knows your delivery rate, your driving score, and whether your seatbelt is on. Your delivery rate is 97%. Your driving score is 91. Your seatbelt is always on. The algorithm considers you reliable. You consider the algorithm optimistic. Level 7, the top performer. You are 1 year in, top performer. Now there is a badge, an actual badge on the app that other drivers can theoretically see. You have never looked at another driver's badge. You suspect they have never looked at yours. What top performer actually means is this. You are in the top 15% of drivers in your delivery station. You receive preferred shift selection. You receive first access to overtime opportunities. You receive a small bonus that is enough to matter and not enough to change anything. You spend the bonus on Grace's school trip. She is going to a science museum. She is extremely serious about this. She has been talking about the dinosaur exhibition for 3 weeks. She comes home and tells you every fact she learns. You listen to all of them. You ask questions, not because you are performing interest, because the specific way she talks when she is excited about something is one of the best things that exists. At work, something has shifted in how you are perceived. Newer drivers ask you questions, not just Ollie, others. They ask which routes are manageable and which routes are designed by someone who has never held a parcel. They ask how you stay under the speeding threshold without slowing down your delivery rate. They ask how you handle the days when the weather is bad and the van is overpacked and the scanner dies at 2 p.m. You answer them honestly. You tell them what you know. You tell them what you wish someone had told you on day one. Nobody told you on day one. You figured it out the same way everyone figures everything out, by doing it wrong until you did it right. Level 8. The Mentor. You are 14 months in. Amazon has a program. It is not widely advertised. It is called the Driver Ambassador Scheme, and it means that certain experienced drivers are asked to accompany new starters on their first 3 shifts, to show them the system, to answer questions, to be the person that Craig is too busy to be. You are asked to be a driver ambassador. You say yes before they finish the sentence. Your first new starter is a woman named Petra. She is 41. She has just moved to the area. She has a quiet way of paying attention that tells you she is absorbing everything without needing to say so. You show her your system, all of it this time, not just enough, all of it. On her 3rd shift, she beats her target by 11 packages. She does not make a big thing of it. She just nods at you at the end of the day in a way that means something without saying anything. You understand that nod completely. There are days in this job that are genuinely difficult, not just physically. Physically is something you have adapted to. Your body has negotiated a settlement with the work. Your hands are stronger than they were. Your back has accepted its situation. Your knee has stopped clicking quite so loudly. What is more difficult is the invisibility. You have stood on doorsteps and had doors opened without eye contact. You have delivered to people who speak on the phone throughout the entire interaction as though you are a function rather than a person. You have carried heavy things up 4 flights of stairs and said, "You're welcome to a closed door." Grace asked you once if people are nice to you at work. You told her most people are fine. She thought about this and then said she would always say thank you to delivery drivers from now on. She was 7 when she said this. She is still doing it. She has not forgotten. Your daughter is a better person than most of the people whose doorsteps you stand on. You find this both hilarious and completely unsurprising. Level 9. The Station Lead. You are 2 years in. They have offered you a role inside the station, not driving, coordinating, helping to manage route allocation, vehicle assignment, and new driver onboarding. It is a step up in every measurable way. More money, set hours, no more scanner, no more dogs. You say yes. Then you sit in your car for 11 minutes. The 11 minutes are not doubt. You're not doubting the decision. The 11 minutes are something else. A private acknowledgement of what you are leaving. Not the hard parts. You are not sentimental about the hard parts. The parts you are leaving are the ones that surprised you. The woman with the water and the biscuit on Thursdays. The man in the car park. Petra's nod. Ollie's thumbs up. The drawing in your jacket pocket. You have delivered to over 60,000 addresses. 60,000 front doors. 60,000 brief moments of human contact that lasted between 4 and 40 seconds and meant nothing to the system, and sometimes meant something to you. In the station role, you will train drivers. You will build systems. You will be the person who actually explains things on day 1 instead of walking away after 4 minutes like Craig did. You have thought about Craig, not with bitterness, with something closer to understanding. Craig was also just doing his job. Craig also had his own system. You have simply decided that your system will include explaining things properly. You move inside. You do not look back at the van. You look back at the van. Level 10. The end of the route. You are 37 years old. Grace is 10 now. She has moved on from dinosaurs. She is interested in space. She knows the names of all the moons of Jupiter and has strong opinions about whether Pluto deserves more respect. You have listened to every opinion. You have formed some of your own. You are still at the station. You have been here for 3 years. You have trained over 100 drivers. Some of them have moved on to other jobs. Some of them are still driving. A few of them have moved into coordination roles themselves. Ollie is now a senior driver. He still sends you thumbs up emojis. You have learned to reply with a thumbs up emoji back. It took you 2 years to figure out that this was the correct response. Petra is a driver ambassador now. She trains new starters with a quiet efficiency that makes you feel something that is not quite pride, but is significantly better than pride. It is the specific feeling of watching something you passed forward become something that goes further than you took it. There is a moment, not a dramatic one, a Tuesday afternoon in March. You are at your desk in the station, and through the window, you can see the vans pulling out of the yard. For the afternoon shift, 17 of them, one after another, each one carrying a driver you either trained or helped train, or helped in some way that made some kind of difference. You watch all 17 vans leave. You think about the drawing, the one with the cape. You still have it. It is no longer in your jacket pocket. It is framed. It is on the wall of your desk in the station. Grace drew it when she was 7, and you have carried it through every postcode and every broken lift and every dog and every Thursday biscuit. She does not remember drawing it. You told her about it last year. She looked at it for a long time and then said, "I gave you a cape because you were always coming home." You think about that sentence more than you probably should for a man sitting at a desk in a delivery station, watching vans pull out of a yard. But here is what you understand now that you did not understand on day one. Coming home was never separate from the work. Coming home was always the point of the work. Every package you carried was someone else's coming home moment. A birthday, a necessity, something they needed and could not get themselves. You were the last mile between a warehouse and a life. The algorithm never knew that. The algorithm only knew your delivery rate. Your delivery rate was excellent. The rest of it was yours.